Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Burton Borders. And today I'm going to be talking about Andreas Christensen and why we need to give players time sometimes. And I'm going to bring up another example as well. I'm going to bring up another player, Renato Sanches.
Welcome to the Burton Borders. Ain't got no time for no stallers, yeah.
We are the risers, we're not the fallers. Our channel is growing wider and taller.
Yeah, we're here to give you the news about your dear beloved Blues, yeah.
So if you like this YouTube channel, like, subscribe and turn on that bell.
Yeah.
Right, so Andreas Christensen. The Chelsea fan base has finally woken up to this player. There's been mixed reviews of this guy, and a lot of people have been saying in the past, me included, I'm going to put my hand up. I'm not going to pretend I wasn't one of those people who didn't think that he's probably strong enough to make it at this club. So it's a lesson for us all. We need to give players time to realise their potential. And you know what? Fair play to Chelsea, because I remember when he was spoke about as one of the players to be sold, but Chelsea said, you know what? We're reluctant to sell this player because we don't want another De Bruyne story on our, no, because such was his potential and such was the way when they scouted and they saw his ability and what he was capable of. They didn't want to be selling him and then in a few years' time saying, you know, us the fans and the football pundits saying, why did Chelsea let this player go? There are a few things in this game that he needs to improve, but what we're seeing, especially in the Euros now, we're seeing a strong player. He's always been good on the ball. That's, you know, we've known that he's a silky player, good passer, composed in possession. But the things that I labelled at him before, which needed improvement, was his positional sense, because a few times he was caught out in position. But a big thanks has to go to two people in particular. Thomas Tuchel, he's improved the player's positional sense, and something else which I'll be coming to in a minute. And the other person is Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva is the master at how to position himself. So he's like, he's got a telepathic understanding of where the ball is going to be, and so working with Silva in training and on match days can only improve Christensen. So Christensen's taken on board what he's seen from example, and also probably through talks that he's had with Thiago Silva. And now last season, although it's a back three which probably suits him, but what we saw with him is that he's a lot better out of possession. And so he could sniff out danger. There's a couple of times where he was caught out, but no, most of the time now, 95% of the time, he's in that great position. The other thing was his mentality, and again, Tuchel, that's the other thing I was going to talk about with Tuchel. He's improved that mentality side of his game, because when the going got tough, Christensen used to feign an injury and come off. You saw that a couple of times this season already, but you know what? At the time we were saying, is it genuine or not? But both times he did actually come off. There were genuine injuries that he had. So he's toughening up, because he used to he'd get bullied a lot in the Premier League, but now you're seeing a stronger Christensen. And yeah, so as his body is getting bigger and he's got a bit more bulkier, he's not getting pushed around as much as he used to. So you know what? I say apologies. I'm going to do a public apology to Christensen for not having enough faith in him, and so only good things to come, I think, in the future for Andreas Christensen. That leads me on to another player, Renato Sanches. Okay, he's not a Chelsea player, but again, he's somebody who he burst onto the scene of Portugal at a young age, 17, I believe, but he moved too early. He went to Bayern Munich a little bit too early in his career. That knocked his confidence. And then when we saw him at Swansea, when he was on loan to Swansea in the Premier League, he looked like a second division player, a pub player. We're saying, really, is this the guy that everyone's talking about as with having bags of potential? But then he found a home at Lille, and now what you're seeing is this Sanchez, what everyone was raving about those years ago. So that's another thing as well. Choosing the right club, making the right move at the right time. So sometimes a player may leave a little bit too early in their career, and by doing that, it sort of stops their career from moving in the right path. And so, you know, going to a big club too soon, it knocks your confidence. You're scared to do some of the things that you're capable of doing. So that's why it's always about making the right career move at the right time. So this is just a video, guys, to be cautious. Just a bit of caution when we're judging players. You know, the likes of Werner, he's getting judged on his first season at Chelsea. Even people are judging Havertz, not so much so, but some people are saying a waste of money. But you're seeing what he's doing now for Germany. Ziyech, you know, people are saying that he's been a bad buy. But again, if we do keep him, because there's talk about him going, then next season is always the season to judge. I always say second season for players is the time to judge them. And even with the younger players, let's give them a bit more time to develop. You know, trust the club, you know, their scouting is better than ours with the supporters, so they know what they're looking for in a particular player. So it's about time, guys. Stop being reactionary because of performances over 2 or 3 games. People are getting judged. Let's just give players a bit of time to flourish and develop, and we do that, we're going to reap the benefits. So stick your comments in, guys. What do you think of Christensen's performances? Do you think he's going to make it big at Chelsea, or do you still have your doubts about him and his performances? I'd be glad to hear what you think in the section below. So guys, as always, don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications so you'll be notified every time we make a video. Bye.